Welcome back, guys. So today, what are we doing?
We're gonna go pick up an engine I found online. So
Yeah.
the guy, it's from a wrecked 1.6, like a 91 Miata, and the engine was running fine before he pulled it out. He said we can compression test it before we buy it, and yeah, he only wants like $350 for it. So we're gonna go to the bank, get the money, and then we're gonna go down south and go pick up that engine. Hopefully everything's good with it, and we can throw it in that car.
Yeah, so hopefully soon we'll have an actual running Miata again.
Why do I always say that accent whenever I talk? Like, whenever I get on the camera, I'm like, I just want to start doing that funny accent when I'm like this, yeah?
You gotta do that, yeah, buddy. I tell you what, alright,
Yeah, buddy. 50.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this is a bumpy ass road! Oh my God! Jesus!
I mean, the minivan.
Minivan coming in hot, got it. Alright.
So, this is where you gotta go in Texas to go find yourself a Miata engine. The middle of absolutely fucking nowhere. Pretty much. Oh look, a giant cornfield. Yes. Says we'll be there in a little bit.
Found the Miata, guys. Now we can just find the engine. It's funny how things go when you're dealing with Craigslist and stuff and you ask people, hey, I want to get this. Everybody thinks you're not serious.
Yeah, this guy, I called him. No. So we're going to the bank, and then he calls me, and he's like, hey, you coming today? I was like, yeah, we're on our way right now. We're at the bank. And he's like, okay, well, how long till you there? I was like, probably like 20 minutes. He's like, okay, I'll see you there. Sounds like he didn't want to come. And then I checked my phone. I asked him, I was like, 1 a.m., that's, or 1 p.m., that's good for me. Is it good for you? What's the address? And he's like, 4949. I shouldn't tell the address.
Yeah, we'll just bleep that out.
Anyways, his address, we found it, right? And then I was like, okay, see you there. Then he calls me when I'm at the bank. He's like, hey, are we meeting? I thought that was understood when I asked for the address. I guess common sense ain't so common, but oh well.
Yeah. People aren't used to people that actually commit on Craigslist, because if we say we're going to do something, we typically do it. So that's what we're doing.
Alright, see you here. How can people not keep time schedule as we said? 1:10.
He's just now leaving.
I said 1. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Maybe a little sooner, so like 1:10. Let's shoot for that. It is 1:10. 1:10. And he says, hey man, I'll be right there. I gotta leave my house. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this engine better not be trash because I'm already having an aneurysm.
Hey, maybe we get a discount.
Oh yeah, no, now I'm definitely gonna ask for $50 off of that. That's called a late fee.
Yeah. If Blockbuster can do it, we can too.
I'm gonna find something.
Holy shit, I just dated myself. Well, that was a total freaking bust. Rip. Okay, guys, so we didn't film in there because it was kind of sketchy.
There was a dog, and he said it bites, so get back in your car.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, but anyway. The guy was nice. It wasn't anything like that, but I think they were trying to hustle us because they were like, I was like, hey, how many miles are on this engine? Because it looked rough. He's like, oh, it was like 60. I was like, 60? Okay. So we pull the oil cap. The oil cap, mind you, is broken in half. I'm like, that doesn't happen at 60,000. And I smell it, and I just smell gas, just pure gas. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So then I go under and I take a look at the what I can see of the freaking cams. And they're like nicked and scratched and just not looking like 60,000. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. And then there was no front cover, no timing belt, nothing. It looked like someone was gonna rebuild it and was like, "Wow, this engine's beyond repair. Hey, let's sell it and say it had 60K."
Yeah, exactly. So I did that, and then we were like, okay. So then I tried turning the crank, and it was pretty rough. It was pretty stiff. And I mean, for 60,000, it shouldn't be that tight. Could have just been from sitting. There's probably no oil in there, so that could have been part of that. But we couldn't really get inside of it, and there was no starter, there was no front cover, there was no accessories, there was nothing. It was bare.
He told us we could compression test it. We can't compression test it without a starter, and on top of that, no timing belt.
Yeah, and we asked him what the compression was, but he couldn't give us a number. He just said it was good. So we were like, it's just too many question marks. So we were like, yeah, we're just gonna pass. It'd be cheaper just to rebuild the engine than we have and we know the history of. So who knows? Maybe that'll be the plan. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
All right, guys. So, well, it wasn't successful going to go find the new engine. So right now I'm gonna break down my old engine and see if I can find anything that's wrong with it. We definitely think it's the head gasket. We're gonna take the valve cover off, and then I'm gonna take off all the parts that I might reuse from it, and then might even just start breaking down the engine right here and right now. But for now I'm just gonna get some little things off of it.
Alright, so we're out here. Austin's taking off his valve cover and getting all that shit done.
Yeah. So we just took out the spark plugs. They all look pretty good. They are a little wet, which is a little bit worrying, but it's okay. Took off all the bolts on my valve cover. Now we're about to lift it and see what's under here.
So that'd be good. Well,
Gasket held up pretty well.
I don't know. Might have to dig in a little deeper to find out.
Oh, dude. Smell it. It smells like gasoline and coolant.
Mmm, yum. Well, good news. Your cams look okay. From what I can tell, you still have lobes, so that's good. Like they're still loby. You got a little loby, but it's good. I don't see any like significant scarring or anything on these.
How did it get shit inside there?
The coloring is okay. Like this shows that it's not like a super dark color, so that's good. That means that you've been keeping up with your oil changes, evidently.
Or so you think.
Yeah.
I wonder if the guy.
I'm telling you, I bet you it's just a blown head gasket.
What if this was rebuilt before I got it? Remember how we got it from Larry, and then he put it in? Maybe they rebuilt it before they put it in, because this looks pretty fresh.
It does look pretty fresh.
Maybe even the timing belt.
So next, now that we got that off, we're gonna pull off the intake, and then we're gonna pull off the front cover, and then we're gonna pull off the head. Here goes the intake. To hold it. I don't know how heavy it is.
I won't tell nobody if you don't tell nobody.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna use it on a high setting.
I'm not gonna use it on a high setting.
And we're hooked up at the front.
Alright, well, let's see what we got here. So, disgusting, and disgusting. So, yeah, that's like literal just carbon and oil and... Oh, what's this stamp say? That's a junkyard engine. Huh. So now we're just chipping away at every little thing here. Got most of the cover off. Pulled off these pulleys here. Pulled off the pulley on the water pump thing. And now we're just going to get this little cover thing off here. And then hopefully we'll get the belt off next.
That's a real educated explanation of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Get these thingies off here. Get that thingy off here.
You know how I do.
There we go.
There it goes.
There's the timing belt.
All
And you can
right.
kind of see ours is a little dry rotted. If you come over here. Oh, look. Right from my hands. It doesn't look
Alright.
terrible, but...
Having a big old breaker bar helps a lot because trying to do this with a little baby wrench ain't gonna get the job done. Getting the last of the bolts out. These puppies are probably not gonna be reused. Have to check, but I think they're probably torqued to yield like most stock head bolts. But we'll see. Another thing that surprised me about these things, there's no like Teflon or Loctite or nothing, so I don't know if maybe they don't go through a water jacket or something like on small blocks, but I don't know. If any of you guys know, let me know. I'm curious. Time for the moment of truth. It might be a bitch to rip off.
Alright, ready?
Here we go, let's see what it looks like. Just a little chunk. Not sure exactly which one. It probably came from in here, honestly. Okay, time to see if we could see.
Dude, there's a chunk of metal right there.
That is a chunk. That looks like that could be part of your
My piss. Oh, these are supposed to have that. Okay.
Oh yeah, here's where your head gasket cracked. Look at that.
And up here, look at that.
This thing's ripped. This is okay. This part of it looks okay. These pistons have nicks in them though. Little nicks right in there. But look at the chipping on your pistons, dude. It's hard to see on camera, but damn. Let's pull off the gasket. Let's see what it looks like. Careful. See any cracks in the metal anywhere?
No.
Looks okay. It's obviously mixing oil and coolant.
Well, it wasn't the head gasket, maybe the heads worked.
That's more, that's That's definitely possible.
Because the head gasket ain't ripped.
But the good news is your block doesn't look like it's cracked. The block looks okay. These little metal chunks make me a little nervous. I think that's part of your head gasket, honestly. We'll have to see. Okay, so here's the valves.
The whole thing smells like coolant, though.
Well, that's just because it leaked, or your head might be warped. Those look okay. All your valves look okay, just looking at them. But if you take the head in, they'll be able to tell you for sure. They'll do like an angle job on it, but everything looks to be okay. Doesn't look like super damaged or anything. Okay, guys, so I just got here, and I was looking up the prices to rebuild this engine from a local machine shop. It's actually the same one we took the RX-7 to, or we took the block from the Suburban that we put in the RX-7, and they did the work on the machining and that kind of stuff, so I know it's a good shop. Basically, we're looking at this. The cost is the...
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
You better take a seat. Okay, so to vac clean the block and all that good stuff, it's $85. To check and hone, so if we reuse stock piston size, if it doesn't need to be overboard, it's $100. If it does need to be overboard, it's $140.
What the hell?
To do your head, because it's a dual overhead cam, we got to give it to them without cams if we want the best price, and that is $190. And then it's $65 to pressure test the heads, which is basically make sure that they're sealing properly. And if it needs to be resurfaced, then it's $60. And to polish your crank, it's $100.
I think we need to find a different machine shop.
No, that's actually a really good price. That's actually
So you're looking at
legit.
over $500 right now.
No, you're adding everything together. This is like separate costs.
This is like worst case scenario, do all of that.
Not all of it, no. More likely you're looking at, let me add this up. So total cost if it doesn't need to be bored, and depending on how the pressure test is. So if the head does not need to be resurfaced, then it's about $500. If the head does need to be resurfaced, that's like $585. And if it needs to be bored, then it's more like $625. So it's not cheap. But so here's the difference. So the difference is it would be that plus $225 for parts. So it'd be about $900 all in, and then you're starting with a stock rebuilt 1.6. So do you think you can find a stock 1.6 for less than $900?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. So then there's your answer.
Well, I need my training off anyway, so I'm gonna take Well, here's another idea. This is going down the rabbit hole, of course.
Okay, we don't take it to the machine shop?
No.
Or we just take your head to the machine shop and do the block ourselves?
I wasn't even thinking that way. I was saying just keep this engine out and build it in the background put a regular 1.6, like a junkyard one, in there with the turbo, and then just slowly build this, put it together in the background.
Oh, you're saying like piece it together for a fully built one?
Exactly. So like $900.
$900 is not fully built. That's a stock
fully
rebuild.
built, like $2,000.
Yeah, probably like $2,000.
And then capability.
$2,500.
Yeah, but I don't want to put that much money into this car.
Yeah.
You get it off. There you go. Yeah. Go before bending the. You don't want to bend the input shaft. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Look how dirty that is.
No, we were just talking about how
Flywheel bolts.
your flywheel
Don't
bolts.
forget to Loctite them.
Yeah, unlike the RX-7, that's a ticking time bomb. I just can't wait. It's gonna be the first time down the track, boys. Finally running. And I'm gonna go from first to go grab second, and the flywheel's just gonna explode. That's it. Just done. Game over.
I can
That's
see
how
it
it goes.
too, because that's just how the RX-7 works.
That's how it goes.
So, upon inspection, my flywheel doesn't look too bad. I mean, yeah, you can see this is just like dirty. But I mean, other than that, good. Idle bearing spins fine. My clutch looks pretty good. There we go. Looks good, not really, no hot spots. Pretty impressed with how this is holding up. So, 1 year update, lots of clutch kicking, lots of rev limiter, and ACT stage 2 working good. Well, guys, I'm a fucking idiot. Look at that. I cut right through my hood.